People have now become conscious of the effects that the developing technology is causing our planet and the humans. This is why, for the past 30 years, the public began to invent things that are more environmentally friendly in terms of saving money, saving energy, and helping our planet. Therefore, in this video, we will talk about such homes that were made by the people in the early days. Let us begin with some background about these houses. Only the people who were extremely rich could afford houses that we as average income families have today. If people were unable to afford average housing, then they would reside in tents and yurts. In the Middle Ages, houses were mainly made of wood. Bricks and stones came in during the early 17th century. Glass windows were very expensive and were a luxury back in 1600s. People who were unable to afford glass would use emaciated strips of horn or linen soaked in tallow. However, by the end of 17th century, glass was common between both the poor and the rich. None of the improvements were applied to the low-income families, and most of the underprivileged people still lived in huts with only a room or two until they were able to build houses with stronger material. In Kadalhayak, Turkey, people used to make their houses out of mud and clay. By a large number of people, houses were mainly made by wood, clay, straw bales, tires, wood, and plastic. These were the main sources of saving money and energy. They would have solar panels for the energy from the sun and wind turbines for electricity. By making such houses, people were able to stay cool in the summer and warm in the winter and did not require a heater and/or an air conditioner. Moreover, for those who built their houses with straw bale or wood, they were privileged with the cool winds and the fresh ambience that they got. Demands for electricity today is so high because of the new technology and the building materials being used. With the new housing systems, people require more heating and cooling than they did with houses that kept them both cool and warm seasonally, provided them with energy and electricity, and didn't make them pay half their income to their bills. Let's talk about houses that were made of rammed earth. It doesn't get more green than building a house right off the ground. Back in the days, in the West Asia, North and West Africa, and in many other continents of the world, rammed earth or sun-dried soil was used to build houses. For this kind of construction, mineral-laden soil is used for the walls. This is different from the soil that is used for the gardens. That kind of soil is called topsoil. However, for building eco-friendly house walls, an assortment of mainly mineral-laden soil and sand with some clay works fine. People usually apply a little cement as well in between the other applications just to establish it better. Windows and doors are applied at the end, as well as the color of this house is very grimy and natural unless painted. This is one way of building a natural eco-friendly house without using bricks and/or heavy construction material. Some other ways of constructing your house is by using wood, straw bales, river wood, plastic bottles, recycled tires, cardboard, paper, and plants. It sounds astonishing now that buildings and houses around us are no longer built the same. Wood is a material originated from trees, and for many years in the past, buildings and houses were made of wood. In order to build a house of wood, lumber is put together into a structure that will later be the walls, roof, windows, and perhaps even the floor. Sometimes the walls may require more wood than the floor or the windows. The frames are later positioned together to construct the house. There are different kinds of wood like oak and maple. Making it perfect for the low-income families, houses made of wood are the perfect option. This is also a great selection for people in developing countries with less building materials. No matter where you are, this material is accessible from all over the world. It comes in a large range of sizes and quality, and is easily reused and recycled. Being built in Norway by Rolf Ramstad architect, the Barents Secretariat building is considered the world's tallest wooden building at about 16 to 17-story height. The building is constructed by using recycled material. Another great way of building a house is with plastic and glass bottles. Using 8,000 bottles, filling them up with mud and placing each one with cement is a great way of saving money and building a long-lasting construction. A house made by Honduras-based Ecotech is one of the many houses made of plastic bottles. In 1920, a house in Nevada was made of over 51,000 glass bottles by Tom Kelly. Domestic waste can be transformed into useful stuff. We developed our own technique which allows people to build a house that's perfectly functional at a very low cost and with their own hands. This is not just a project, but a reality, says Alfredo Santa Cruz. He built an entire house including his furniture from plastic bottles. Apart from the amount of plastic bottles used, this house is supported with disc cases in the windows and doors. It is remarkable that houses made of plastic still exist today, as there are many countries with a true recycling civilization. Another type of house is a house made of recycled tires. Tire house construction makes sense even today. It's cheap to reuse than it is to dissipate. It's a tough material to build a house with, and all you have to do is stack them up. Furthermore, imagine all the room you get in those tires to fill them with cement or sand. This kind of housing works best during the summer and the winter. Even throughout heavy rainfall and snowstorms, your tire house is muscular enough to handle it. Even the smallest of houses require at least 1,000 tires. They can be found at a junkyard or tire manufacturing company. Tire walls are made by stacking the tires like huge bricks. Another simple way of building the walls is to make bales out of the tires and stack that instead. This helps prevent all the space that's between the tires, which may later be filled with cement if preferred. The roof, however, may not be suitable to use the tires on. That section can be constructed with the cement itself. Not only does this prevent the planet from getting packed up with tires, but also helps people with inexpensive and affordable housing. Houses made of tires are a great choice for families living in colder countries where they can't build any other kind of house due to finance or material accessibility. Now, let's talk about some houses that can be in place for our future. Since people have recognized these global issues, we can predict the future of homes from the knowledge and the data provided to us. Residencies should now be made by using more solar panels, wind turbines, ground-sourced heat, solar windows, water storage space, composting toilets, energy-efficient appliances, renewable energy, and transportation like electric, hydro, and fuel-efficient vehicles. Wind turbines are a great way of running electricity. United Kingdom has one of the largest wind turbines in Europe. It's cost-efficient and is the most potential wind energy provided from the wind speed. A typical pole-mounted turbine costs over 22,500 European currency, whereas a wind turbine would only cost 2,000 European currency, and best of all, there is absolutely no running cost. Solar panels have been around for a while too. They are a great source of light and electricity made by converting the particles from the sun into useful electricity. This is definitely considered environmentally friendly as it doesn't send you bills of thousands of dollars and doesn't generate carbon or any other type of product. In addition, you may also reduce electricity waste by using energy-efficient appliances, freezers, washing machines, dishwashers, showers, and ovens. All these electrical appliances take a lot out of your paycheck after your rent or mortgage. Ask for the efficient appliances next time you are buying an appliance for your house. By using such techniques, we will definitely save a lot of money and energy for the planet. We have great natural sources and we must use them in our daily lives in order to stay accepted to our Earth. We must learn to recycle and reuse to make the best out of everything. Here are some beautiful built houses by the community that are green in every way. People have now become conscious of the effects that the developing technology is causing.